wants to know my work with Charles Bukowski. I loved his writing, and his publisher, John Martin of Black Sparrow Press, asked me if I would illustrate some stuff of his, and I did. I only met the guy a couple times. I went to some party in LA where he was, and he was already quite drunk. Talking to some really seedy-looking female in the corner. Somebody took me over there and introduced me to him, and he said to me, he said, "Yeah, your stuff's good, kid. Just stay away from the cocktail parties." It was pretty nice. In other words, don't get taken in by all the high food and bullshit that they're going to try and heap on you. Don't be taken in by it. He was right. What about that? Are there any other questions? No? Okay, well.
Thank you.
Any more questions?
I see hands.
Okay.
Yes. Girls first, yes.
What was your first LSD experience?
What was your first LSD experience like?
Well, it was June 1965. I was 22 years old, and it was still legal then. My first wife got this LSD from a psychiatrist. It was Sandoz, this blue liquid in a little vial, and we put it in orange juice, and I've never been able to drink orange juice since then. It just shattered everything, shattered reality totally, and I remember, I was so far removed from reality that I suddenly threw up without realizing I was throwing up, and my wife told me later she felt like there was a moment she felt like she was being born because she was all covered with this orange.
You were working for the
Yeah, I still
greeting card company.
working at the greeting card company then. I had to go to work the next day. It all just seemed cardboard. The whole reality was, I can't believe these people actually believe in what they're doing. That they believe in this life they're living. I was completely turned upside down. And it's taken me several decades to recover from that. Maybe I never did, I'm not sure. No, I don't recommend trying it.
But you've been pretty much, for someone where...
Stay sober, that's my recommendation.
Yes,
I think youth does not value enough, it's the native intelligence, the gift that we all give. This wonderful thing that we have for perception, for awareness. You don't need to alter that with drugs, but youth will squander itself. It's just that you can't stop.
For someone with your reputation, ever since I know you, you've always been a teetotaler.
Teetotalers, yeah?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
I can't remember you ever taking any drugs or drinking even.
I smoked pot for 8 years, and from 1966 to 74, I smoked pot every day. Back in the hippie days. But toward the end, I started being just paranoid every time I got stoned, just looking more apocalyptic and paranoid. But it was in the culture, it was just every day people just passed you the joint. You're a boogie, smoke it, There was everybody just did it. It was assumed you just wanted to get high every day. It took me a couple of years to kind of bring myself to start saying no, instead now I don't want to. It took me a couple of years just to figure out how to resist this thing that everybody else was doing all the time. And then it took me, I had dreams about being high on pot for years afterward. I had these recurring dreams, I'm stoned again, in no sense of trying to get anything done. I don't recommend it. But, on the other hand, that doesn't mean much, my recommendation. Consider what I did when I was young, how crazy I was.
Maybe it wasn't.
I did every crazy, stupid thing that you can think of. But I never shut up. I never did that. I will say I never shut up.